Morning team, and how are we doing today? I am in a good mood today despite the horrible weather, as you might be able to see through my side doors here, but that's just Britain for you. I've had my morning Java, as Reggie refers to it, or coffee, as the rest of humanity. So welcome to BTC USDT Daily Analysis with Block Party Trading. Of course, if you want to join our premium channel, you'll find all of the information in the description below. Right, on to what BTC is doing today. I think straight off the bat, we are at a big turning point for what Bitcoin is going to do. You know, with the general sentiment of what's been going on, we've seen a pretty heavy dump recently. That indicates two things. One, you know, very bad news if you're a bull, but also very healthy news as well, as it is going to be picking up a lot of buys. And if we're not going to crash through that kind of critical 30K mark, I think that's a pretty good sentiment for things to come. But as I said, we are at a very, very critical point with what the future of Bitcoin is going to hold for us all. As you can see on the chart right here, we have what I foresee three possible outcomes, two being relatively bullish and one being pretty disastrous if you're long on Bitcoin. And one thing that I just want to draw everyone's eyes to before we kind of deep dive into any of the indicators is we can safely say that Bitcoin is really respecting support and resistances. I think that there's going to be a lot of sentiment, a lot of people trading to this ideology at the moment. So therefore, I'm going to switch that mindset as well. I'm avoiding things like RSIs, you know, and these kind of MACD switches, even somewhat volume to a degree. I know that's a very bad thing to say, and I'm kind of more just anticipating the support and resistance to be, you know, really, really paving the way for Bitcoin at the moment. So with that being said, as you can see with the info on the actual chart itself, I foresee this curve is going to be my my personal prediction where it's going to go. I do think we're going to breach above this next resistance, if only for a little bit. Not too happy about this most recent candle forming. Well, I'm happy if it's going to apply to the prediction. But as we can see, we are seeing quite heavy swing lows, and I think this is carried a lot by the fear and uncertainty of Bitcoin. People wanted to get out. You know, if there'd be a hell of a lot of panic here if you're in and you bought here, you know, a lot of people may be wanting to get out now. So that will drive the price down at quite an accelerated rate. We do still have institutions knocking around, you know, they're still not going to shy away from buying. And I keep on saying that, you know, the hot buzzword, stimulus checks. We're coming ever close to that 20th of January, which is the inauguration of Biden. Trump's now out of there after kind of trying to trounce the good name of crypto. So a couple of positive things. I think genuinely Bitcoin isn't done yet with its bull run. I think 50K is still on the marks. I think this is a healthy correction, is what we needed. Once we start to breach this 38K comfortably, then it's on again. So again, that's my personal sentiment. Let's have a little bit more of a look at the indicators. As you can see here on the volume profile, we've seen the core of the buying over the past 28 days happen here, which is to be expected, as we can see plotted on here. These two long straight lines, trend lines, if you will, are what I kind of posted on yesterday, as I was anticipating a bit of a breakout, although it was impossible to really say which way the breakout was going to go. Fortunately for us, it was a very bullish breakout, and it shot up some 10%, as it does. Bitcoin just does that now, and it shot up 10%, so incredibly bullish. We've got a lot of sentiment of that coming in. Like I said, as we can see back down here, we did have a breakout, and it did retrace all the way back down, quite unusually low for a pullback, but then it did bounce back up straight away. And again here as well, if we're going to take this into consideration, we came up here and we broke out. We came all the way back down to this kind of base level resistance where you'd expect most pullbacks to kind of stop around about here. As you can see, it's starting to pop back up nicely. The reason why I say this is such a critical point is if we do kind of stack down here, then we are printing a new lower high, a real kind of lower high peak. And you know what this starts to look a little bit like as well? We start to be forming a pretty long-term head and shoulders on the 4 hour. which kind of leads to very, very sentiment towards a bullish downside. So if we do drop down to this level here, then I think we are in serious trouble and it is time to jump ship from the good Bitcoin ship. Again, that's just my sentiment. However, like I said, I see two outcomes coming for the bullish side. We're to take a quick little look at, let's get out of here, quick little look at the dominance. There we go. You can see a couple of marked areas here as well. This is these are ideal scenarios for alts to boom. When we see the dominance dropping down, price rising, then we've got price stabilizing, dominance dropping. These are when alts really boom. It's that real kind of just, quite standardized thing. At the moment, we're not seeing anything too particularly special. Bitcoin price is rising, dominance is rising. That means there's a lot of money going into Bitcoin. And as market cycles go, if you haven't watched the market cycle video done by Reggie, Bot Party Reggie, then definitely watch it. It's super enlightening. This stuff isn't made up. This happens every single cycle, guys. Money goes into Bitcoin. Where does it go after that? Have a look at it. It's a really, really super insightful video. But as we can see at the moment, we are driving up dominance and also price as well. So it's interesting to see if Bitcoin starts to level out a little bit, then we'll see a big boom in the alts. But for now, just be a little bit wary with alt trading. And next up, we're going to have a quick check of good old Tensor Charts. There we go. And we can see that a lot of the interest lies around this 39K area. Again, not a huge amount of big sells or buys going on. So not too much to say, but like I said, from what we can see at the moment, there's a little bit of interest around this 39K mark, which is not surprising. There's kind of a bit of a resistance there, and it kind of aligns with what the chart's saying over there. One other kind of little worrying thing is if we drop down the precision a little bit and go to the thousands, if it works. There we go. One little worrying thing is there is still quite a lot of sentiment around the 30K region. Well, there was earlier anyway. There was about 900 Bitcoin around there. Oh, let's just give it a second. And there we go. Okay, no. Okay, my Tensor Charts is having an absolute mind of its own at the moment. Try one more time. And let's just move on from here shortly. But what I'm basically saying is 30K region is showing a hell of a lot of interest, which is not terribly encouraging. If we drop below some of those key supports, then we could be in a little bit of trouble with Bitcoin. So there we go. There is my analysis on Bitcoin today. I'm not going to be looking at fundamentals at the moment. I feel like if you've watched any of the previous videos or any of the analysis at all, then you'll be pretty aware that the Democrats are in charge. There's stimulus checks incoming. PayPal has recorded its highest number of crypto payments that we've ever seen. Even things like Telegram has had its record number of users come on board, and we all know that Telegram is such a heavily crypto-orientated space. So, there's a hell of a lot of crypto interest, and if there's crypto interest, there's Bitcoin interest. So bear that in mind, guys. Again, I'm saying that my sentiment right now is bullish. So hope that helps, and speak to you soon. Bye.